What is up, everybody? Welcome to something slightly different to what my regular content is. This is all my opinions on why I think the Walking Dead Destinies game should be Game of the Year, especially compared to some of the other video games out this year. You know, Baldur's Gate 3, Tears of the Kingdom, etc., etc. Basically, for those of you who are not really too aware of the story for The Walking Dead, specifically the first 4 seasons, Rick Grimes has come from a life as a police officer. He has a family, and the apocalypse breaks out. His goal is first to escape a hospital that he wakes up in and find them. You know, hijinks ensues and whatnot. He has to fight zombies until he ultimately finds his family in episode 3. The game takes place throughout first 4 seasons, and it just follows, the ensuing story. Obviously, some points at some point involving Destinies, because it's in the title of the game. Again, I just want to reiterate, this is all my opinion. This entire video is my thoughts and my interactions with the game. You know, what I thought of it, how it was, what I enjoyed and what I disliked. Getting into this game is visually stunning. This game is fantastic. It is a blast from pickup to put down. I put in well over 30 hours, completely beat the story before even bothering making this video. And I'm sad it's over, I absolutely love the Walking Dead series. I think it's the perfect way to cap off the first 4 seasons. I said the same thing back when the Walking Dead Survival Instincts game came out, but look at where we are now. I think it is just amazing. The gameplay is great. There's a couple downsides. There's a couple moments that slow down pacing-wise, but honestly, I think it's worth it. The story that is overall being told is amazing. It is easy enough to follow, but there is enough nuance and enough not having to tell you everything that it is giving you some faith that is being smarter than most games will. While it's not Baldur's Gate 3 type story, I do like the story for Baldur's Gate 3. I do not like how it was executed at all. I don't like how Baldur's Gate 3 was executed. That's me personally. I have OCD and stuff, so following games like that can be difficult. I do like more linear stories, so, here's one point, move on towards the next. I like those kind of stories. One big gripe I hear about this game is combat. I'm keeping most of this area spoiler-free, by the way, but one big gripe I hear is combat. At the start of the game, yes, combat's a bit bland, a bit boring, but as you get to about Act 3, I think, once things start to open up more, you get more choices and everything, and combat will go from just kind of a hit into more moves and combos and using different abilities, different weapons, because really, some enemies have different weaknesses. Some enemies are weaker to pistols, some are weaker to shotguns, etc., etc. With that, this will be the end of the spoiler portion. Moving forward, we're going to be talking into some more in-depth story stuff, so just be mindful and be wary.
So this is where you plan to do it?
As good a place as any. It ain't gonna be easy, but Lori will get over you. They done it before.
So, as I briefly touched on the non-spoiler section, the plot of this game is that you are Rick and Shane approximately throughout 4 seasons. You grow, the zombie apocalypse is settled in, because unfortunately the actions in France have set forth and this never-ending apocalypse, for lack of a better term, it's a sign leading to the end of the world. Now, there are destinies of characters, such as the governor leading armies against the prison.
Shane, let's have a talk.
And though Rick doesn't really care for the Destinies, Shane is trying to kill him, which leads to different plot points and a whole bunch of craziness. And that's the end of most of the trailer stuff, so I'll still try to leave most of the broader story out, because I think it's well worth your time to go and experience this game for yourself and not get spoiled. That being said, the story is phenomenal. 100%. It's great. There's a few lackluster moments. I will spoil it for you. You do play as Shane. which is a breakup of pace, although it's enjoyable. Sometimes it's a little bit dragging on. I personally enjoy it. But with that being said, it is well worth it. It's fun, it's enjoyable, and it does break up the monotony of only playing as Rick.
Shane, let's have a talk. I ain't negotiating with the man pointing a loaded gun at me. This is just to show you I'm serious. Not to blast a hole in our new home.
Now, I do enjoy myself a bit of photography and slideshows on the side sometimes here and there, and this game hits both of those perfectly on the mark. And top that off with phenomenal soundtrack, it is one of the most masterful artworks ever.
So this is where you plan to do it?
As good a place as any. It ain't gonna be easy, but Lori will get over you. They done it before. They just gonna have to.
You gonna kill me in cold blood? Take my place so you can screw my wife? Have my children? My children! Call you daddy? Is that what you want?
I'm a better father than you, Rick. I'm better for Lori than you, man, because I'm a better man than you, Rick, because I'd fight for her. Raise your gun.
I won't. You're gonna have to shoot an unarmed man. Now listen to me, Shane. There is still a way back from this. Nothing has happened here. We're gonna lay down our guns. We're gonna walk back to the farm. Together. Back to Lori. Put this all behind us.
Bullshit. This only ends one way.
If this was Baldur's Gate 3, this would be a boss arena. Well, I wasn't wrong, was I?
Whoa. Stay sharp. Tell you what, you turn your sorry asses around and go back into whatever hole you crawled
Now,
out of.
I can't speak for how 100% accurate these characters are, but having watched the show and being versed in the franchise, looking into this, and seeing classic bald Shane, and seeing intricate designs on all these clothes and in the fabrics that they wear, everything. It truly is phenomenal. The artwork is crazy. The game did not skip out on any character points. It did not skip out on making any of the characters look unique and having special looks. As you can see on the screen right now, there's Shane and Rick, and you can see each of them, though similar, have different design elements to them. And then in classic Walking Dead fashion, of course, we can't have these cool characters not do something equally awesome with them. Speaking of awesome characters, we got to spend some time with Lori in this game, Lori being Rick's wife, who we first hear tell of in episode 1. She is phenomenal. The voice acting is done within the scenes between the two. It's amazing. And it is just stunning. So many wonderful performances. Ian Hanlon did phenomenal as Rick. I know some people prefer the original. I think Ian Hanlon does really good, but each has their own opinion on that. Overall, all of the performances were amazing. Honestly, I can't think of a single badly performed line, a single badly performed dialogue point, besides some of the side companion dialogue when you're doing puzzles and stuff like that. But that's outside the realm of cinematics. That's within gameplay, which is understandable. That is so difficult to time correctly. Just outstanding performances from everybody, top to bottom. This game is amazing direction, amazing performances, acting, both physical and emotional. I think that Rick himself, he had 3 different motion cap actors, which is insane to think of for this being such a big franchise and such a big character,
Officer Friendly! Come on down and have a chat with your old pal, Merle.
Let them go. You got a tank. You don't need hostages.
Sure about that? I need you to know I'm serious. And nothing says serious like a tank. Besides, I wouldn't want to blast a hole in our nice new home. Here's how it's gonna go. You and your people got till sundown to get the hell out of here. Or I start pushing buttons.
It doesn't have to go down this way.
And what part of I have a tank ain't sinking in? I'm letting you walk away from here, man. I'm showing you mercy that you ain't even begged for. Yet. Now we can all start shooting at each other and make a mess, but you know how that ends. We'd win, and you'd be dead. Every last one of you.
Now, I'm not one to typically get emotional while playing games or watching movies, but this game had me on edge. It's on the edge of my seat at the correct moments. It had me hanging on every last word of certain characters and at certain sections. It had me holding my breath for certain twists and turns. And ultimately, I'll be honest, this game had me crying by the end of it. And the only other recent game I can think of that had me in any sort of similar emotional state was Skull Island: Rise of Kong, which I also highly recommend. This was the perfect game for this franchise, and perfect game for a 12-season series. It was incredible. I love this game. Just thank you so much for watching. Please let me know your thoughts down below. If you agree or disagree, let me know. I'd love to hear, and take care.